I do not feel like waiting a full 5 minutes. Lol, lamau. I only have until... I mean, it's... Okay, it's soft, right? But like about 9-ish. I'm not finishing Arcanist today. I'm really with that. But anyway. Hello. It's been a minute. As it so often is. But... today, I would like to get as far into Arcanist as I can. I doubt I will get further than halfway, but one can hope, and the lesser amount of pirate speech should make things a little more brisk. Honestly, the thing that finally gave me the kick to stream today is just how much adrenaline and fucking rage that's running through me right now. Just my bank fucking me over yet again. Yeah, I really want to get my hands on a bunch of those Final Fantasy crossover Magic cards, and I haven't touched Magic in years. I got real into it for a little bit. Back... what was it called? Like, Takir with all the dragons? Right around then, is when I first got into it. And then I dropped out right around, like shortly after Amonkhet, that set. Whichever one came, like, right after that, it was Aether or something. I don't know. I really enjoy Magic the Gathering. I think the art's nice, the concept's cool, etc., etc. But I'm dog shit at making decks. Genuinely terrible. But, you know, I do enjoy me some Final Fantasy. Actually, on topic of, I really gotta get into playing some of the other games. Because me saying I like Final Fantasy is like saying that, what is a good analogy? I've played 14 and I enjoy 14. So saying that I enjoy Final Fantasy when, like, the only Final Fantasy product I've actively consumed is a single game that is a theme park MMO, you know, a little questionable. I do want to get 16 at some point. That's on my big ol' list. You know, back on topic. Yeah, I've tried. I've been putting off getting the cards, and I finally get a my paycheck is processing. I'm like, hey, fuck it. I'm gonna buy them online right now, and my card declines. Twice on 2 different sites. I know I have the money because I'm looking at my account, right? And no, just my bank has once again decided that I'm not allowed to spend the money that I work my ass off to get. So that's cool. But yeah, no. So yeah, I have to be done sometime around about 9 o'clock so I can threaten to close my bank account. But yeah, no. The little venting bit is done, right? I just had to, like, get that out of my system. So I appreciate putting up with that for a few moments. I will not mention it again. Okay, so on to things that are relevant to the game. Last time, we wrapped up the ninja job quests. Not much else. As there's not much more to say on that. I likely mentioned as much last time, but ninja was okay. It was about as good as I remembered it being. Well, I'm satisfied. I remember Arcanist being one of the only times where I've been genuinely mad that we don't continue the class quest. There are some bits of the Arcanist quest line that I remember being really interesting, and we never get, like, any follow-up on it. because, well, you're a summoner now, you're a scholar now. So yeah, I look forward to going through that again. In other tangentially related news, I've leveled everything but Sage and Black Mage. Sage is going well. I enjoy me some Sage. Black Mage, I dread. I dread Black Mage every day. It stares at me, but I do not want to see what it has become. You know, I also learned, not even an hour ago, that I could get Mentor. Like right now. It wouldn't take me like any time. The only thing stopping me from getting Mentor, because I thought I had to go through all of the extreme trials from Endwalker, which is something I could also do really easily. I just put up a listing saying I want clear content, and people will join that party for the simple fact of, oh shit, well I kind of want the mount, or I want the array drop. And most of those are pretty easy. A lot of them are fun. I actually cleared Barbaricia on content. A couple others, I think. I did Barbaricia on content. I did Endsinger one patch after it came out. I got most of the way through Zeromus, but then my group got stuck on the Meteor mechanic, and I kind of gave up on Prog, the whole concept of. I don't know, it was fun. It's just I don't really have the time or energy to put in to like keep up good enough gear to do that. Maybe that will change. I doubt it'll change. No, that was fun. Yeah, anyway. No, I only need to do the role quests. I could literally get that done in like a couple hours, but I want to stream those quests. And I don't want to stream those quests until after I've done all of this. So that's going to be a hot minute. I will not be terribly surprised if I don't get Mentor before the next expansion comes out. But, oh well. But even then, right? Like at that point, like all the backlog stuff will be out of the way, because I've already done all the raids that I have any intention of doing. I've already done all of the MSQ, ARR not included, but that's a job for a completely different character. Don't hold me to that. I might do ARR on Arcanist. I'm still going back and forth on whether or not I want going through ARR to be part of the Grand Endeavor, because I still, because I on a similar note, I also have to go through all the coils of Bahamut, because that's incredibly narrative important, and I skipped it because I started at Heavensward. So we will see. I might do that with Arcanist. Yeah, I actually, you know what? I take it all back. I'm definitely doing that on Arcanist. ARR and the coils, if only because I have exactly zero interest in... No, I have to think about that more actually, because the minor spoilers for my future plans. The Grand Endeavor character, I'm just gonna buy level boosts for. I'm probably gonna dump, like, what is it gonna come out to be, like $60, give or take, so that they're it'll be level, at this rate it'll be level 100 in a job, and all the MSQ done up through Dawn Trail again, because it probably I won't even start on that until sometime after the next X-Pack drops. And then that character will have all the content done, be leveled, and be in Tome Gear. So I could hypothetically do the ARR New Game Plus run and the coils on that character, because you can solo coils as soon as level 80. Mostly, you can just solo it easily at 90. But I think that's enough waffling. It's early in the morning. I'm a little frazzled, kind of scatterbrained. So yeah, But with no further ado, and my deepest apologies for rambling on for this long on things that are not narratively important, let's see how far we can get into Arcanist. Welcome to the Arcanists Guild. It is here that we research and develop the field of Arcanima. Arcanima is the science of employing arcane geometries, intricate patterns that map the unlocked mysteries of existence, to draw forth and manipulate the body's etheric energies. If you prefer an arcane art built on unstructured thought and precise reasoning, then your discerning intellect may find a home here at our guild. Might you consider enrolling yourself as an initiate? I'm already wearing the dunce cap. I'm in character. Aha, just as I predicted. Before we proceed any further, however, let us first feed your appetite for knowledge with a morsel of guild history. The roots of Arcanima can be traced back to the esoteric calculations practiced by the people of the South Sea Isles. It was these island folk that first discovered a method to express natural phenomenon in mathematical terms. Building on this process, the existing mathematical formulae were further developed into arcane geometries, precise patterns that allow a practitioner to weave aether into specific magical effects. The mages who invoked this new form of magic became known as Arcanists, and the school of Arcanima was born. Many such mages wishing to expand their understanding of the world took to the seas aboard trading vessels. Upon their arrival in Limsa Lominsa, Arcanists found themselves welcomed into the academic elite, and soon secured positions in the realm of governance and council. The knowledge of an Arcanist, however, is traditionally passed on from master to chosen disciple. As such, Admiral Whirlwhip, counting several wielders of Arcanima among her personal staff, became concerned that this exclusionary practice would lead to the eventual extinction of the art. So, at the Admiral's express orders, an official Arcanists Guild was established, and funding was provided for research and training. The complex and demanding nature of Arcanima, however, remains the greatest threat to its own future. If you invite such cerebral challenges, then you have but to reaffirm your commitment to joining the guild. Well, have you decided to enroll in our guild, or are you now intimidated by the thought of excessive thinking? Terrified of it, in fact. Oh, I should do monk right after this quest. Oh, that's tempting. Your sound judgment is to be commended. Now, standard practice dictates that I introduce you to our guildmaster, that you might convey your intentions in person. Hello and welcome. Hang on. Cliffy Hill. Thank you, I appreciate it. However, he is unreachable at present. Instead, you may speak with Mistress Thubayergeim. She has shouldered full responsibility for the guild's leadership in the interim. You'll find her just over there, by the bookshelves. Just a moment. Sorry about that. No problem, man. I'm kind of going through everything. I got VODs of a bit on one of the links below if there's anything else you want to check out. Yeah. I hope you enjoy. Anyway, and I apologize for the momentary disruption. You will find her. Oh, I already read that. Lol Lamau. You needn't be shy. Though her mind is sharp and critical, her manner is always most welcoming. Oh, okay, hang on. Thu Bayergeim. Yes, I am that person. Greetings and welcome to the Arcanist Guild. As Miri has doubtlessly explained, I am serving as acting guildmaster until our wayward leader deigns to return. I assume our capable receptionist also spoke of our art's origins. Allow me, then, to expound upon its nature. Arcanima taps into the living energies of Aether. The evidence of this is represented most aptly, perhaps, by our ability to manifest the arcane entity Carbuncle, and the manner of magic which this ethereal ally employs at our command. The core of this discipline, however, is found in the pursuit of definitive solutions to any potential quandary. Even on the field of battle, nay, especially on the field of battle, this principle takes precedence. If one wishes to make certain the question of victory, then one must apply the most effective strategy. An Arcanist is measured by his ability to calmly analyze a situation from moment to moment and respond with the most appropriate spells at hand. The study of our Arcanima will test your mental faculties to the point of perplexity. Are you prepared to reason your way through predicament after predicament? An unambiguous response, the kind I most prefer. Let us now see if the clarity of your words is matched by the sharpness of your mind. Here, take this grimoire in hand, and we shall next judge your aptitude for our discipline. Joke's on you, Immortal kitted up. It is a hefty tome, is it not? I promise you, a grimoire's weight becomes a comforting anchor amidst the shifting seas of battle, a fact you will soon discover. In lower Lanasia, you will find, among others, 3 species of pests: wharf rats, little ladybugs, and the jellyfish things. I ask that you employ your fledgling skill in our Arcanima to eradicate 3 of each type of creature. Leave the city through the Tempest Gate, and you will soon encounter the potential targets in abundance. As long as you remain focused, I do not foresee these opponents causing you or your budding abilities undue difficulty. Once you return from completing this preliminary trial, I will welcome you as an official member of the Arcanist's Guild. May your judgment remain swift and clear. Nope, didn't think so. Tempest Gate. Oh, it survived. Goddamn. Who needs magic? Okay, as entertaining as it is, killing things with the spine of my book. Oh no, what have I done? Hang on. hang on, I can fix this. It is actually imperative that I don't use my gear set, because I will fucking ruin everything. Alright, we're good. Oh, my keybinds. Unlike with all of my other class quests I've gone through, like what, the 2 of them, I did opt against fucking up all of my hotbar, and instead I just lined everything up in the F keys, because Arcanist is, I believe I checked, it's the last class that has dependencies on, or with my collapsing hotbar. So after this, I should be good insofar as having to just annihilate my entire UI when I'm going through these. It's actually the reason why I'm bringing Arcanist next, as I may have mentioned during the ninja streams, actually. But I believe every other class is just empty and waiting to later be turned into a collapsing hotbar. Very exciting. Why didn't I use the Aetherite? How close am I now? Yeah, fuck it, why not? I see the creatures beyond these city walls pose you little threat. It is with great pleasure, then, that I formally recognize your initiation into the guild. From this day forth, you may proudly bear the title of Arcanist. I suggest you continue your forays into the wilderness and keep the pages of your grimoire turning. There is no finer teacher than the harsh mistress of experience. And when you feel you can command carbuncle as easily as you might move your own limbs, return to me for further instruction. I will be waiting. Ah, Arntel, isn't it? Are you eating well? An empty stomach distracts the mind and leads to hurried judgment. I must oft remind my Arcanists to take meals, so ensconced do they become in their studies. Speaking of such, have you been practicing your tactics with Carbuncle? I believe it is time to assess the improvement of your skills. And as with your previous trial, I would have you defeat foes in Lower Lanasia. 3 wild dodos and 3 tiny mantigoras, to be precise. Watch carefully the behavior of your opponents. Formulate an effective strategy and utilize your arcane entity to its fullest potential. I expect you back in time for dinner. Nope. Don't get lost. It really is a shame what's happened to a summoner. It's flashy as fuck. I think summoner is cool now, but I do miss the dot management. I don't know. Just the continuing dumbing down of the class mechanics is disappointing. Help. Where are the mantigores? I'm gonna hit you with a not Titan. Oh no. Why don't these tiny mantigores count? Different question. Why didn't they... Because they did count. Why didn't they, have the icon? Anyway. Nope. Ah, damn it. Welcome back, Arntel. It appears your coordination with Carbuncle is progressing at a satisfactory pace. Shall we test your growing acumen with a more practical examination? Our work at Melvan's Gate requires us to inspect and record the contents of incoming cargo. To simulate such a task, I have had several crates transported to the cliffs south of the Zephyr Gate. I want you to examine those crates, then return the inspected cargo here to me. You would be surprised at the depths to which some merchants will sink to deter our customs agents from performing thorough investigations. False bottoms, rotting foodstuffs, flesh-eating vilekin. I suggest you be prepared for any eventuality. The utter lack of... I guess I could be checking like the receptionist and whatnot. Usually there's like a couple NPCs like in the vicinity of quests that will have related dialogue. I just wasted Gil. No. Oh no! Is this AoE? Oh, of course it's not, because... What? Oh, you know what? It's safe to... Son of a bitch. I've made a terrible mistake. Get out of here. Be gone. Unequip. I fixed it. I do have to reswing Carbuncle now, though. Just protecting myself from myself so I don't overwrite my samurai gear set later. F. I am not a threat. Pray ignore my presence for the present and allow me a moment to cogitate. Just like me for real? Do not perceive me. The reaction to my sudden appearance was within expected parameters, but I must admit I did not expect so proficient a performance against the enemies I set against you. Yet effective though your tactics were, I spied much room for improvement. As I watched you battle, the wheels of my mind whirred into motion, as they are wont to do, in inventing other possible strategies you might have employed. Let's see, taking into account your current level of ability, factoring in the etheric constant, multiplying by the number of opponents, then applying your tactics to my potential combat scenarios, oh dear, my calculations indicate failure upon encountering threat level 9,785. Well, we'll have to see what we can do about that. Though your opportune window to do so has passed, I would nevertheless introduce myself. I am... Hang on. How would that Y be pronounced? I'm gonna go with Clea and be incorrect. A Melvan... Melvan's gate assessor. Goodness. Acting Guildmaster Thubergeim elected me to oversee your training and provide any necessary guidance and instruction in the field of Arcanima. From what I have observed thus far, you have an admirable grasp of the fundamentals. I do, however, wish to confirm one small detail regarding your choice of arcane geometries. What factor most influences your actions during battle? I simply do what feels what feels right. I'm sticking with that one. Aha! Just as I predicted, and now I have the final element needed to perform another calculation. The probability of you becoming an Arcanist of note is 90%, give or take half a percent. Yes, and certainly, yes, the certainty is quite high. After all, I only know of one other practitioner who responded to my question in the same manner. It was the man who bestowed upon me this grimoire, the Guildmaster himself. While our inscrutable leader is, as far as you've heard, on an indefinite leave of absence, he did leave us with one of his most notorious sayings to date. Strategy is a tool used to manipulate one's situation into the desired reality. No matter how gifted you and I might be, however, the instantaneous manipulation of reality that might cause us to suddenly become mighty Arcanists is beyond our present abilities. Discipline and experience is the finest strategy in this case. I suggest you continue to focus on refining your aptitude with Carbuncle. Mastery with an arcane entity will greatly improve your success as a wielder of Arcanima. Here ends your lesson for today. Pray return directly to the guild. I believe Mistress Thubergeim is waiting some inspected cargo. And what of myself? I'm off to the fields, of course. The tactics I reasoned out earlier must be attempted in real-life scenarios. Theory is all well and good, but there is no substitute for actual combat. We will meet again soon. Oh, wait, hang on. No, incorrect. No, incorrect. Stop that. Maybe you have something to say. Nope. Nothing relevant anyway. What about you? I give up. Ah, Arntel, have you returned with the cargo? Yes, everything seems to be in order. Relatively clear of blood and other gore. That can be something of a problem in our profession, you understand. I also had word from Clea regarding your performance. She seemed eager to continue your training. An odd lass, I'll admit, but the guild can boast no finer mind for tactics. You would do well to heed the instructions she offers, particularly that which touches on the diligent approach of our art. Did you perhaps notice the battered tome Clea carries? That initiate's grimoire has served her from the day she entered the guild. She has her reasons, but it's admittedly strange to see it kept all the way to her present position as Foreseer. I fear such an intense focus on Arcanima has left her to overlook other important aspects of life. As our master strategist guides your Arcanist training, I hope that you might return the favor and help to broaden her own perspective somewhat. But enough of such matters for the moment. You've done well this day, Arntel. Continue your practice with Carbuncle, as Clea has bid. I will be here when the time comes for your next lesson. Yeah, yes, Arntel. The time for your next lesson is upon us. You're keeping well, I trust. Taking the occasional brisk walk, one cannot form sound thoughts if one fails to maintain a sound body. Now, assuming you have been following Clea's instructions, you should be ready to face the more dangerous threats found in western Lonasia. I speak of roselings and wild jackals, and yes, I would have you vanquish 3 of each. 'Tis the perfect simple task. The first acts as preliminary test case. The second, to test your hypothesis. The third, to perfect the tactics you've devised. Speaking of which, I trust your strategy will consist of more than simply flinging ruin over and over again. You are not the novice you once were, and your skills in the field ought to reflect that. If you find yourself wanting for other approaches, consider an assault with ruin in tandem with attacks from your carbuncle. When timed appropriately, you can deal a crippling blow to your opponent. Man, I really wonder if they've shifted the wording in any of these quests to reflect the way the job has changed. Which one? This one? Oh, it's in Western. What do you mean I can't teleport? Using this keybind is gonna drive me fucking mad. Perish. Oh shit, that's like no damage. Hang on. Perish. I really do wish that Arcanist and Summoner had a setting you could toggle where the color of your carbuncle always matched your the phase you were in. It would make me a happy man. I tried doing it with macros, but it was a fucking mess. And also just because of the way it works, it wouldn't do what I wanted. I'm sure with like enough R&D into like making the string, I could figure something out. No. It would never work because I remember now. It's because the color of your carbuncle only changes when you resummon the carbuncle, and because these don't count as resummoning the carbuncle, this doesn't work. Alas. Welcome back, Arntel. How did it feel to conquer such ferocious foes? Let us ride that wave of triumph onto even more demanding and dangerous challenge. Your next training exercise will have you accompanying Foreseer Clea on one of her inspections. The experience will afford you the opportunity to witness firsthand the practical application of Arcanima. Pray do not tarry, Arntel. Clea awaits you on the floor below with further details. Nope, didn't think so. A timely appearance, as I expected. Shall we proceed directly to the job at hand? I've been tasked with examining the wares of a goblin peddler. A goblin peddler caravan run by the Boylestocks family. Our agents suspect these beastmen merchants are dealing in for forbidden goods. As such, I have calculated that announcing an inspection has a 60% chance of inviting physical violence. I prepared a strategy to respond to this possible shift into hostilities, but there is an important precondition you should be made aware of before we discuss the finer points of my plan. Though I am considered gifted in the formation of tactics, I lack the reflexes and coordination necessary to employ many of those self-same strategies on the field of battle. Pray keep this factor in mind and adjust your preconceptions accordingly. Now, should the goblins offer battle, you are to execute combat pattern 1345, otherwise known as stratagem focus fire. You and your carbuncle will concentrate your attacks on a single foe, and one by one the enemy will wither under the combined onslaught. Probability of victory 95%. Reports place the peddlers in the vicinity of the cookpot in middle Lanasia. I will depart immediately to assess the situation. Seek me out once you arrive. I am Forseer Clea of Melvan's Gate. You are to cease all transactions and surrender your goods for inspection. Nasty sneaky peekers. Gobbies spit uplander nosy eyes on stabby iron. A predictably aggressive response. Very well, Arentel. Remember what we discussed. I literally just do not have any AoE abilities. It has a oh wait, I don't have anything on the Alt F4. We're good. I need to worry for nothing. Do I have this? I do, and I can't use it when I'm stunned. I'm real excited to see what they do with Summoner in the next expansion. I'm endlessly waiting for them to add a second round of summons. I guess I should, right? Minor lore spoilers for the MSQ. Shadowbringers end up. Your character is one more shard rejoined. Your character is one more shard rejoined. I think that's a good enough excuse. Also spoilers for the summon request line. Your character is 1/14th more rejoined. I personally think that that's a good enough excuse as to why you would be able to attune to 3 more primals. Give me... I personally, what I want, and I believe I mentioned this during one of the pre-Dawn Trail streams, I really, really want Summoner to get Sophia, Durvan, and Sephiroth, because it's already a trio, and it's cool as shit. I think they're really nifty. but a lot of other people want Shiva, Leviathan, Ramu, and I can't blame them. Ramu especially is very cool. I don't know. And just when like there's such an easy way for them to just slot it in, where it changes out Garuda, Ifrit, and Titan, depending on what funny phase you're in. And also it means that like that could be like the entire expansion's leveling. No buttons added. It's just at the 103 you get the first one. At like 105 you get the second one, and then at 106 you get the last one, and then at 110 you get like the new turbo flare, and it's Odin. And it's Zetsu, the big attack Odin does. It just works. It's, anyway. Nicely done. Adaptation, improvisation. I might have been observing our beloved Guildmaster himself in action. This was the perfect example of how the strategy for a given task should be tailored to the abilities of the assessor. In other words, before you begin formulating your tactics, it is necessary to fully understand your own strengths and weaknesses. On that note, there is another question I would ask you. When it comes to improving the probable success of a strategy, do you consider it more effective to concentrate on playing to your strengths or showing up your weaknesses? Covering my weaknesses. Oh, again, you respond as the Guildmaster once did. I must revise the probability of your potential to attain greatness to 97%. You are one to keep an eye on, that much is certain. But to return to the subject of battle plans, your calculations must include an accurate assessment of your available techniques and the relative effectiveness. This requires you to be critically aware of your own limits, the limits of your allies, and the characteristics of your enemies. I believe that covers everything for today. Please return to the guild and make your report to Mistress Supergine until next we meet. I shall abide here until the yellow jackets arrive to take the peddlers into custody. My strategies will keep me company. Assuming precondition C, the execution of combat maneuver B would imply scenario A, in a manner which would precipitate Can you imagine if I get through all of Arcanist in an hour and a half, when it took me 4 hours to get through Ninja, or Rogue? Oh. It almost took me 6 hours to get through Ninja. Back from the field, Arntel, Clea contacted me with a summary of events. It seems you are treated to a lecture on knowing thyself. That particular lesson is ordinarily taught only to intermediate practitioners. Without a sufficient store of combat experience from which to draw, it is difficult to fully appreciate the profundity of such a seemingly simple truth. Nevertheless, I feel confident that you will soon be ready for a more ambitious assignment. Keep to your studies and maintain the razor edge of your mind. This is what I think it is. I'm going to be fucking pissed. It is what I think it is. Oh, that's so cool. That's so nifty. Which one is it? It's the Walmart one. I'm going to... Anyway... You seem tired, Anto. Are you sleeping properly? One's reasoning can suffer without sufficient rest and recuperation. Should you deem yourself fit for duty, pray make your way down to the practice floor. Foreseer Clea has requested you accompany her on another official inspection. There is, however, a requirement for your participation. The Foreseer will explain the situation. please. I was beginning to think I'd miscalculated. Arntel, thank you for coming. I will soon be boarding a trading vessel suspected of smuggling. All merchant ships that make use of Limenzo's ports are subject to inspection by Milvan Gate assessors. It is a routine I perform daily. In the case of smugglers, however, there is a 75% probability of encountering resistance. Thus, I would appreciate your company during this assignment. It is now that we must discuss the requirement of which you were informed. Though I have full confidence in your martial expertise, it is imperative that you first acquire the ability to summon Topaz Carbuncle. Such knowledge will be released to you contingent on your acceptance of this duty. Yeah, sure, why not? Very good. The arcane entity given form by the Topaz geometry will further expand your offensive capabilities. With such an ally at your command, even the harshest enemies will falter before you. Indeed, you could not conduct these dangerous spot inspections without its support. Please return to Mistress Supergime and inform her of your participation. I will join you once I have completed some final adjustments to my tactical formulae. Please request Mistress Supergime to teach you the Topaz Carbuncle geometry. I will join you after I have rechecked my strategic calculations. You have agreed to accompany the Foreseer, then I shall gladly instruct you in the use of Topaz Carbuncle. Pray do not hesitate to employ this entity in combat should the inspection turn sour. Yeah, I'm working level 15. Goddamn. Was Rogue and Ninja just like extra meaty? It must have been. Wild. The mercenaries, Giesfrin and Erstoa are here to assist with the inspection. Both are old hands when it comes to escorting Clea during her more dangerous duties. Well, my Arentel, my spells are at your disposal. This won't be the first time we're expecting trouble. As long as we follow the Foreseer's tactics and keep a clear head, we'll come through just fine. The Morning Star is prepping to dock in Alport. We'll meet our first challenge, however, before we even board the vessel. It is almost a certainty that the merchant ship has hired a thug or two to accost us at the pier. I calculate the probability at 98%. The crew wish to avoid attacking us on deck, you see, as that would all but trumpet their criminal intentions to the world at large. Now, once we do manage to clear the rails, we will face a deck crowded with armed sailors. For a small party such as ours, the most effective strategy will be to incapacitate individual foes as swiftly as possible. Each opponent we down is one less weapon raised against us. It is imperative that we do not allow ourselves to become tangled in multiple drawn-out skirmishes, lest we be overwhelmed. I call this strategy Hammerfall. Strategy is a tool used to manipulate one's situation into the desired reality. Keep those words in mind, Arentel. It is time we departed. Let us regroup before the main gates of Alport. We're counting on you to cut us a path to the landing boat. The Foreseer will be safe with us. Let us be about our task, Arndal. Pray inform the steersman at the pier that we are ready to conduct our inspection. Should violence be offered, you are to execute a stratagem Hammerfall. Do not forget, your tactics are both your shield and your weapon. Please okay, thank you. I appreciate the repeat dialogue. Very cool. You're with the folks from Melvan's Gate. Hells, I knew there'd be trouble. Oh no. Oh shit, you're ranged. Hang on. Oh, I still don't have any fucking AoE shit. Perish. Die. Prepare thyself. Well then, I'm certainly glad to see you can handle yourself. You'll find the landing boat just down here at the end of this ramp. I'll have no part of what comes next, though. I'll try it on normal. I try to do these things on normal. I was a little tempted to do very easy just for the time save, but... Deftly handled, Arntel. Once again, I am reminded of our guildmaster. Thanks to your efficient response, we will be able to commence this inspection earlier than I had calculated. We shall board the merchant vessel out in the bay. Oh, it's okay. It's Air's Thota. If you would take the rudder, the Morning Star awaits. Is there no sound? Okay, there it is. Okay, that was weird. I heard a bit of static, or it was probably just like a couple frames of like intense like ocean wave or whatever. Like, wait a minute, my fucking audio just died? Hang on. You gotta love the ARR cutscenes, man. Since their welcoming party at the pier failed to deter us, I expect with a probability of 85% that our arrival will incite further belligerence. Our objective, however, is not to trade blows, but to gain access to the hold. It may behoove us to employ stratagem hardhead. The aim of our opponents is to buy time so that suspect goods may be tossed into the ocean. We do not intend to give them that time. We will bull our way towards the cargo hold as quickly as we can. It is a tactic fraught with risk, but one that your presence makes possible. Shall we begin? I am Forseer Clea. By the authority of Melvan's Gate, I request that you surrender your goods for assessment. Well, now your timing couldn't be worse, lass. The old door's all rusted up. Ye see, bloody thing won't open. You'll have to come back another day after we fix the hinges. We'll see that the cargo now. Any vessel entering a port of Limsa is bound by law to submit to a routine inspection. The law is it, lads. I reckon it's time our guests add themselves a little accident. Pitch them over the side. Why is our boat so far away? The fuck? Did we swim? Why? It's not like we're out of view. Anyway. Poke. I can't summon Topaz Carbuncle right away. That's not how this job works anymore. That's not how the job worked when I played it the first time. It hasn't worked that way in a long time. When did they change that? Was it Storm's Blood when they got rid of them having health? Like, cause it used to be that the carbuncle was like an actual thing, right? It was an actual like little creature, dude. And Topaz Titan could literally hold aggro and tank. Listen, I do not have physic on my hotbar. Please do not make me have to heal. I do not want to have to fish that out. Perish. I said perish. Clea, your health is way too fucking low. Ah! Okay, found it. Is this pro? Level 19? What is, like, the latest level where you can use physic and it's, like, worth anything on Arcanist? I remember it being, like, fringe helpful, kind of a little bit, in, like, Heavensward content. Like worse than Cure 1, but, like, something. But like by Shadowbringers, it's literally so little health. Like you can't see it move the bar. Oh my! Okay. A masterful display intel. Now we can finally gain access to their cargo. Oof. What have we here then? It's one of the bitch admiral's lapdogs scampering around me ship. You're just like your mistress, always sticking your nose in where it ain't invited. No, it can't be. Recognize me pretty face, did ye? But you were caught, exiled. Foreseer, are you hurt? Can you stand? Stay back. You stay away from me. Foreseer, please calm down. What are your orders? I've had enough of your whimpering, and I've certainly had enough of these bloody books. It's clear you ain't learning anything from them. Reckon it's time ye got a different kind of lesson. Clea, Navka, preserve us. She's fainted. We must withdraw. Arntel, quickly, back to the boat. We'll carry the force here. Aye, that's right. Ye slink on back to your mistress, ye worthless curs. I am forever haunted by the pirate voice. Another good reason to get through Arcanist, so I never have to do that fucking accent again. Until you know, I'm forced to again. We'll take care of Clea. You'd best return to the Arcanist's Guild and report to Mistress Thuberheim. Oh wait, no, there's still Scholar. And Summoner. Summoner's mostly not in Limsa, so Summoner's probably safe. Scholar, on the other hand. Oh, man. Scholar's another one I'm curious to see what they're gonna do next expansion. Honestly, in general, right? I'm very interested to see what they're gonna do next expansion in terms of, like, jobs. Both what they're adding and how they're adding to them. Because I think, like, there's a lot of fucking jobs right now that are maxed out for buttons. Like, they have too many as it is. Sage is like that. Paladin has been like that for like 3 fucking expansions now. Another one, I can't change job or else it'll fuck up the glamour. I'm curious, man. It is good to see you well, Arntel. Geese friends sent word ahead of your travails. An unfortunate turn of events, but considering the infamous Blackheart you faced, you might have fared much worse. Have you heard of the pirate Doz Maga? He was exiled from Limsa some years ago, but it appears he has chosen to defy the Admiral's orders. And once more he dares lay a hand on Forseer Clea. The poor lass must have been terrified. If I had known Doz Maga was aboard that ship, I never would have assigned her that duty. The assessor may require some time to recover. For Clea, that man is a nightmare made flesh. Though her physical wounds will soon mend, there's little we can do to solve the hurt to her mind. Are you concerned? Angry mayhap? Harness that energy and channel it into your training. I predict we shall be needing your skills again before long. Greetings, Arntel. In case such doubts fill your mind, you should know that I am ever willing to lend an ear if you find your thoughts troubled. At the very least, I would have you know this because it seems that Clea does not. The Forseer has been missing since this morning. There have been other times where she has disappeared without a word, but we've always been able to find her. Alas, that is not the case this day. Were the guildmaster here, he could deduce her whereabouts with nary a moment's concentration. I find myself beginning to wonder if those who devote themselves overmuch to Arcanima are more prone to bouts of wanderlust. But while I might wish to ponder such further oddities of character, we must needs organize a search party. Would you be so kind as to make inquiries in Hawker's Alley? It is not uncommon for Clea's wanderings to take a path through the markets. Huzzah, and away. You seek a Mikote agent of Melvan's Gate. Why, yes, I've seen her. Spoke with her, in fact. She was, however, apprehended by the Yellow Jackets. The assessor was drilling me for details about a Kiki ring smuggling ring based in Alport, but then the soldiers arrived and took her away. If you wish to know her fate, then I suggest you speak with Ganad of the Coral Tower. Sus, extremely sus. I don't think that's related to the quest, probably. His dialogue can be something for the Grand Endeavor if I remember it, because it's really not the primary goal of that concept. The Grand Endeavor currently slated for sometime in early 2026, or at the rate that I'm managing to stream consistently, sometime in like late 2030. You take me to you take me to the Drowning Wench. Another instance where I really should have just teleported, and I didn't. Head empty, no thoughts. Head is currently not sufficiently caffeinated. I'm trying though. The cup's right there. I'm like halfway done with it. I lied. I'm only like a quarter way done with it. Yeah. A lot of my time has been getting eaten by a modded Minecraft server, but honestly, I've hit a point on the server where there's not a lot for me to do. So, I don't think I'm going to be putting very much time into that. At least not for a while. So, as is customary, I do believe I'll be streaming a little more regularly. Foreseer Clea, yes, we brought her in for questioning regarding the reappearance of the pirate Dosmaga. A member of the Arcanists Guild, are you? Then I see no reason to conceal the nature of our discourse. Perhaps you are already aware of this, but the Foreseer was once held captive by that rabid sea dog. Few pirates sink to such depths of depravity as Dosmaga. It has been 6 years now since he was exiled from Limsa for engaging in the worst kind of black market trading. And now the villain has returned. He is, however, both cunning and cautious, and continues to evade our troops. Thus, we hoped to borrow the knowledge of Foreseer Clea, whose experiences have given her an intimate familiarity with the way the scoundrel operates. At least that was our intent. After weathering a barrage of questions from the assessor, we found ourselves, instead, providing the details of our search. Should you wish to speak with Foreseer Clea, as I imagine she has already returned safely to your guild. Man, they really shafted the fucking Arcanists in terms of a side dialogue. Hello, scholar person, we'll get to you eventually. I am probably going to do Scholar before Summoner, in terms of, like, you know, like, stream-wise. They might not be back-to-back, though. I already have a... I realized, you know how last time I streamed, I mentioned having made thumbnails for all of them. I was wrong. I completely forgot about Summoner. I have no thumbnail for Summoner. So, I have to think of a good one. I have a couple ideas, but my best idea, I don't know if I can do. Because I really want to have the LB3 for Summoner, and then be in the final coil of Bahamut and have that LB going off at Bahamut Prime. I think that'd be like a really cool thumbnail, but I don't think there's a way I can do that. without mods, which I don't want to use. So with mods, obviously I could pull that off, but like, I'll pass. Thanks. Back already? You were led to believe she had returned here. I'm afraid not. So the Eljackets told you something of her history with those Maga, did they? Perhaps it would be best if I told you the entire tale. Dozmaga's banishment was the result of a surprise inspection that revealed his involvement in an underground slave trade ring. The assessor that stepped aboard the pirate's merchant ship spoke of finding dozens of unwashed unfortunates crammed into that squalid hold. Among these prisoners was a young Mikote destined for some black market auction block. Though Cleo was initially too terrified to even speak, the Guildmaster brought her out of her fearful daze with the gift of an initiate's grimoire. Yes, the self-same tome that she has carried her entire career. Of course, did you not mention that Cleo's grimoire was thrown into the sea? There are rumors that a Kikirin merchant of ill repute has retrieved the black market goods the crew of the Morning Star heaved into the ocean. Even now, he gloats over his salt-encrusted catch in Alport. It is entirely possible that the Four Seers' most prized possession was caught up in the Kikirin's salvage net. I've no doubt now that Clea has reached the same conclusion. To Alport with you, Arntel. That is where you will find our wayward assessor. She don't look so good. Yes. Comet pattern 256 should serve to cover all expected contingencies. You never know when you'll have to nullify a thaumaturge or two. My retrieval strategy is complete. Arntel, it is good of you to come. I was unable to calculate for certain if you would piece together my movements in time. Very little is certain when so many variables are involved. But there is good news. The prisoner here was kind enough to confirm that the trader who salvaged the Morning Star's citizen cargo did indeed retrieve a tome matching the description of my lost grimoire. The means of law and policies of Melvin's Gate would support the confiscation of goods connected to an official inspection. But alas, my personal belongings do not fall under that definition. Thus, I intend to launch an unofficial offensive against this black marketeer and his cronies. The peddler has already departed for Candlekeep Quay. It is time I gathered to me such allies as I possess, and I count you as one of them, Arntel. Despite the nature of this endeavor, Mistress Thubergeim has offered me her cooperation. If you would, pray join her at Asheron's Embrace. That is where we shall ambush this disreputable Kikirin. Please make haste to Asheron's Embrace and join forces with Mistress Thubergeim. I will be along once I've made sure of my preparations. Wait. No. Okay. Wait. No. Okay. Just had to make sure I wasn't wasting gil. Greetings, Arntel. Your arrival completes our small company. You are equipped for battle, I trust. You need not await Clea's arrival. Once the Kikirin appears on the bridge, we spring our ambush. The strategy for trapping our target relies on the two allies we have concealed on the other side of the ravine. Sorry? This pincer maneuver was, naturally, the Four Seers' idea. As for the target himself, the Kikirin is known as a careful and cautious fellow. He travels with a small retinue so as to avoid attracting attention. But do not be fooled. More bodyguards follow at a distance, and will likely join the fray after hostilities ensue. Do not, however, expect any assistance from the Yellow Jackets. They cannot be seen aiding us in what amounts to a personal matter, but they are willing to turn a blind eye for Clea's sake. In any case, the Foreseer's tactics account for our limited numbers and individual strengths. Victory is all but assured. Now, let us take up our positions and wait for the Kikirin to arrive. Thanks, great, cool. Do not be concerned. I have memorized the Foreseer's strategy down to the last detail. For the moment, you need only await the Kikirin's arrival. You know what, purely for time's sake, I'm going to set it to easy, not very easy. Not because I'm scared, but because to save time, because I only have about 25 minutes left, give or take. And I really do want to get through as much of this as I can. In part because I really don't want the second stream of this to be like 40 minutes long, and I have to think of some way to just eat time. No! There it is. I still have so many quests that I have to do. With this hotbar arrangement. What is that? Well, it's a good thing I'm not getting hit, huh? No. There we go. Come on. There we go. What's going on over there? I probably have access to Try Disaster right now, and I could be doing AoE. Maybe it is a good thing I'm on easy mode. But when NPCs don't die from single targeting everything. You know, when you get a DPS in roulette and they just don't know what AoEs are? I'm them. I'm them right now. That's me. Are we done? Can we be done now? Go! Wow. Oh. Sorry, I'm just doing a stretch. Well executed, everyone. Were we able to retrieve my grimoire? Arentel, pray hand over the tome. How robust are the inks? Like, it's ruined. Not that robust, I suppose. My wonderful grimoire is ruined. the probability of repairing this degree of damage is 0%. Even the most brilliant strategy cannot undo such ravages of seawater. I've never felt so defeated. I believe it is time I returned home. B for B. But how can I? He is right, Stota. You must allow Clea time to process the loss. And you have other matters to which you must attend. Come, Marntel, it is time we returned to the guild as well. Wait, oh shit, fuck! I caught it, we're good. Please take care of Forcier Clea. We'll clean up here. No one will even suspect a fight took place. Sorry. What will I do? Okay, here's a hypothetical. Okay. And I'll cover that after I finish this quest. I'm just gonna leave that conversational thread dangling in the wind. Not quite the victory we imagined, was it? The moment Clea beheld her soaked and tattered grimoire, you could see the light of hope die in her eyes. There is, however, something we can do. I will call on your aid soon, but in the meantime, you would be well served to deepen your knowledge of Arcanima. Okay. There are 10 levels of quests left. I'm not going to finish that in 20 minutes. Not going to happen. I'm sad to say. I wish it were so. It is not. So, I'm going to use a little bit of time at the end here. No further quest progression. Very sorry. To try and decide what in the name of fuck we're going to do next stream. To fill out the fact that I'm going to finish this in like 45 minutes. Let's say, hypothetically, everything works out in a perfect world type scenario. Something I kind of want to do is I'm getting those fucking magic cards. Almost certainly. Like 99%. Like, almost certainly. Because, like, if it comes down to it and I'm so thoroughly fucked and my only option is to fucking try and fight off scalpers, I'm just gonna let all my hopes and dreams die. I'll get over it. But ideal world scenario, right? I get the cards. I kinda want to open them on stream. I think it'd be really, really cool. I would enjoy that deeply. The only issue with that is I have no camera. No camera. I'm not terribly interested in myself appearing on camera. So that limits my options kind of dramatically. But I have a couple ideas, which I can look into. So that's one option, right? That'd be really nifty. I would enjoy that greatly. I think that going through all of those Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy crossover packs on stream would be a really fun time for me. And it'd be an amazing way to just eat up whatever time is left over after I'm done with the Arcanist quests. It's all related. I can edit the thumbnail in a funny way. It'll be good. It'll be a great time. There's no guarantee that that's going to happen though. My bank is trying to fuck me over. That would also mean that next stream is going to get pushed off to at best, like early next month. or like, sorry, very late this month or early next month, which is, not great. Or I can just put that idea off, because, assuming I get the cards, they're not going to go anywhere. Another good idea. That's all I really got, if I'm being entirely honest. I could, like, stream Ultra Kill or something again, just to, like, kill time. I haven't touched the game in, like, I go close to a year now. So that would be entertaining. If you thought I was bad at Ultra Kill during the Void Arc raids, oh boy. Imagine that was me having played Ultra Kill recently. I haven't touched that thing in forever. I'm gonna be terrible. That's all I got. But next time I stream, we will 100% be wrapping up Arcanist, and then we'll be doing something else to fill out the rest of the time. I can tell you confidently, it will not be starting Summoner, and it will not be starting Scholar, or any other Jobber class quest for that matter, because I want to keep them all separate. Alas. So I'll think of something. Maybe a seasonal event will start up in the meantime. Hopefully, being as I don't think one's been announced, hopefully it's not that long before the next stream, but we'll see. I may stream tomorrow, though probably not. It's possible, though. I will not be streaming on Saturday. I can say that with a lot of fucking confidence. And anything past that is a total fucking mystery. But I want to thank anyone for stopping by who did. Really appreciate anyone who gives me the time of day. And until I stream again, have a good one all.